Hello everyone, my name is Hakim Norman, and today I will be presenting about my study for my Microeconometrics final project, and it is titled Evaluating the Impact of Tax Cuts Towards Unemployment Status, an empirical study in North Carolina and South Carolina. So a little bit of introduction, as we have made known from our classes in our introductory classes of economics, that taxes, unemployment, and economic activity are known to be intercorrelated, and economists and classical economics suggest that lower tax rates stimulate economic activity and reduce unemployment, which is again very, very aligned with the economic instincts that we were taught. And some interesting proponents of this idea is Reaganomics, which was the economic idea that was implemented in the Reagan administration, and basically any school of thoughts, economic school of thought that is on the supply side economics would agree that and would be proponing the idea that lowering the tax rates would induce economic activity and reduce unemployment. So next is the background of the study. The state of North Carolina has gradually decreased their corporate and income tax rates since 2013, while on the other hand, South Carolina has a constant 5% corporate income tax rate. And the North Carolina, the policy changes in North Carolina are my main investigation, and to see whether it does have an effect towards unemployment or not. And yes, evaluating the impact of tax cuts on employment status could gain insights on how firms and the economy may behave under different tax conditions. And this idea would be further elaborated in the following slides. So a little bit of context. This is the map of North Carolina and South Carolina, which is highlighted with the green states, the top part being North Carolina and the bottom being South Carolina. And a little bit of literature review too. Existing studies have shown mixed results in response to the effect of tax rates and economic performance. William McBride in 2012 states that his study believes that it does have a negative effect between corporate tax rates and economic growth, which means that the lowering of the tax rates would induce higher economic growth, and therefore also implying reducing the unemployment rate, because as the firms are able to make more money, they're also able to expand and therefore hire more laborers. However, what is very also interesting is Fieldman in 2011, and he basically did an investigation very similar to this study of mine. He directly investigates the impact of tax cuts towards, not tax cuts in general, but of corporate tax rates towards unemployment rate. And although he did it in a different econometrics model and a little bit different, but he found out that higher corporate tax rates might actually lower the unemployment rate, which is very, very contradicting to our basic economic instincts that we were taught, and also very against the study of William McBride, which is very interesting. So yeah, we have two different hypotheses that is available, and therefore the study aims to contribute further towards the effect of tax rates on employment status. And so the study is basically aimed to answer these two questions. The first one being, does corporate income tax changes reduce unemployment? And it is followed by the next question, to what extent do state-level corporate income tax changes impact unemployment, which is very straightforward. The methodology used in this study is emphasizing the differences approach to empirically assess the impact of tax cuts on unemployment in North Carolina and South Carolina, specifically North Carolina as the intervention group. And this is the model below. The outcome of interest variable being unemployment, while the next variable being North Carolina. It's a binary variable indicating 1 if it's North Carolina and 0 if it's South Carolina, and another variable is the post variable, which indicates if it's post 2013, the intervention, and or pre-intervention, which is below 2013. And next is the interaction variable, and followed by the vector of control variables and the error terms. So the data used in the study is gained from the employment status data. Just retrieved from the American Community Survey. Is the data used is from 2009 until 2019. It's retrieved from IPUMS, and the data set used is a 10-year data because I ended I capped it at 2019 to avoid the effects that would be retrieved from the COVID. And yeah, it would still include the years pre 2013 and after 2019. And the following vector of control variables is labor force participation, government expenditures, education programs, and variables that could control for the state of business cycle, and variables that would actually impact directly towards the unemployment rate. And some of these variables are inspired by the study conducted by Fieldman in 2011, although some are different. And yeah, this is the parallel trend assumption. And you can see before 2013 pre-intervention, the movement of the unemployment status is moving similarly, and therefore it would satisfy the parallel trend assumption. And yeah, the next steps would be doing the regression. Concluding remarks, I personally have done a little bit of regression, and however, it is not yet to the extent that I want, because I have yet to include the control variables. Therefore, the results are not on a significant level that is preferable to be significant. But however, I'll be gladly to continue this study to make it more precise, and therefore to be a very satisfying study. And I hope to do that very soon, either for this project or for the thesis project. And what's interesting from the little bit regression is that the employment status in North Carolina actually is increasing, which is very, very contradicting to the economic instincts that we were taught and I have. And therefore, that is all for the presentation. Thank you all for listening.